everybody. How are
Hi.
you? Oh, I like the print on your shirt. See, it reminds me of something. Does that go to something? It looks familiar, like I've seen it in a video game or something. No?
A dream, probably.
No? Okay. Hmm. Well,
No
it's
idea. No idea.
it's
This
evoking
is
some
just like,
nostalgia for some reason.
it's just very comfortable and I'm just feeling lazy today. So,
Nice. Well, it looks great too. It looks great too.
well, thank you.
Yeah. All right. I'm not pretending I have my stuff together here. There we go. Now we do. Hey, Overoth. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Matt, Man, and Frank. Or that was earlier. Maybe they're out. Maybe they're just like,
Yeah, that was from
peace.
earlier. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Nope, that's okay. I was all excited. Oh well, such is life.
Oh.
I would have not greatly. I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. An extra downer. um okay, but as far as tonight, I'm so sorry I don't have an opening scene, but we had quite a dinner party turned into last session. We had Breelith with her jam obsession. Her
Yes.
teacher track one went with her, very concerned about her jam issue until Breelith finally shared no, there's a dragon in there. And even that turned into something else, I think. But he got the picture finally. Otherwise, the meal seemed to go pretty well. Most of his questions were answered. He didn't get to meet Zia, which he was looking forward to, and asked if there was another day before they departed. He would love to see her. He's awaiting not Breeless. Liaison is okay after talking to the Navigator to be brought to Macaw to take a look. He also offered to take a select team, including himself, to go help. Breelith, I think, had shared about the and Sinister had some of the scribbles from the door frames and the lower elevator, and he said, I can put a team on that. We can work on that while you're doing your other stuff, and help you decipher what these door frames mean and everything else. He was shocked to see it was like the previous age of Celestial, and that there's a giant on that. Breelith really just like told him all the things, to much to the chagrin of some of the other people at the table. Yeah, I think that covers the big things. Things to look forward to as the night closes. People are starting to head their separate ways after dinner. Things in the island. Breeless benefactor did share one of the rumors as to the origin of the ghost ship. He found it very, not quaint. He's not, that demeaning toward it, but he sees it as an interesting thing from like an anthropological kind of standpoint, where how the urban legends spread and what they represent for people. He told one of those and started sharing a second one that he couldn't quite recall the details of, aside from it having something to do with the very first official guy pirate, very long time ago. He did mention a tavern in the market area, where you might be able to hear the rest of the story. That's where he heard it. Let's see. You've also all heard about the UAF's newest ship being a Carvel Mach 3, a brand new design. There's a lot of speculation on who will captain it. Cassius's brother Lucian Galing is one of the contenders for that role. It's said to be cutting edge arcane technology in a class all of its own. It's going to be the flagship of the fleet. So there's some interest peak, perhaps. Zia has a piece of paper that probably has a contact on it that can get them into, what's it called? The Wanderer's Plea, the excavation site below the Wanderer's Plea, where Sinister had some visions previously of something down in those depths. And then, of course, there's Tyrion von Sutcliffe that is said to be here on the island. And, there's stuff to pursue there. And then, lastly, the mysterious woman from the ship docked across from them that had some 48 armed individuals escort her into town. The party learn that she has diplomatic immunity. She's there on behalf of some um, government or clan or some foreign place entity that allows her to come and go as she pleases outside of the typical rules and regulations for cities and the United Aviation Federation. And so, who's she? What's she doing here? Lots of fun things. Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Sorry, I was laughing at Claire's reaction.
Nice. All right. With that, I'll say that yeah, things begin to die down after dinner. Um, I think Relith is heading out to get back to her jam. Tracklin's left. Doran is left. Vic is just sort of cleaning up and eating some of the leftovers and everything as he kind of cleans up and brings dishes to the kitchen. I'll let you all take it away. Boots has stepped out. Boots has said goodnight to everyone, leaving just sort of some of the main crew behind. Ashavar, Ash is probably there, still Sinister, Liazana, and I think was Brila still there?
I mean, she would have said
Brought the jam
goodbye.
back to your room.
Yeah, she brought the jam back to her room. I don't think
I
so.
mentioned, I did recall mentioning that Sinister wanted the medallion back.
Mhm.
Okay.
And
All right. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll pick it up there. Yeah. So whoever's left at the table. Sinister mentioned wanting that back. Liazana said, how did she reply? I think she was gonna
she
call
didn't think it was a good idea.
Yeah. I think I'll have her follow up and say we should something like, well, I think that we should consider calling a meeting then. That way we can all discuss it when we're all back. I think Relis just kind of looks out the door at the jam trail. And then we can figure it out maybe in the morning.
That's fine. I will wait to see what the conditions are about getting that back.
Oh, she leans back and pats her belly. She's got a food baby because just so stuffed. I'm again. It was nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
You'll head out.
And he's gonna help clean up and just kind of meander and see what people are doing around the ship tonight, if they have any plans to go out or anything like that.
Okay, right. Because it's like Vic might be in the mood tonight to go out. If you're talking about like, yeah, kind of raising his spirits and stuff, you can probably entertain that. If you find Boots would probably be fun.
I figure we're gonna be here for a while, so yeah, I'm gonna try and muster up some people together so we can go maybe explore around Atmos to see what we can figure out.
Are there any other player characters like that would want to go out in the town tonight with Sinister?
I think Brilla could probably look for Zia.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Ashavar, would you?
Ashavar would like to go off the ship, but not with Sinister. She wants to go make sure that the kids that she used to look after are doing okay. But she's probably going to be sneaky about it. Not sneaky to the crew, but like sneaky about going into town ish.
Okay.
Like wearing a disguise or something.
Okay, I'm gonna. Mm, okay.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
was the inn you were wanting, was that the Lazy Susan?
That sounds familiar.
Lazy Susan. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I can barely read my writing.
All right, sorry. I did not finish reading your response there, so I'm all down for that second one. Yeah, I love that. I that's amazing.
Awesome. It's very exciting.
That's so cool. Um all right. In that case, so you're going off separately, Ashavar, and not with Sinister and the crew?
Yeah.
Sinister, you start checking in with the people that are still here. I guess I'll have Breelith look for Zia in case they end up circling back to you. Not that you have to, but in case they do.
Yeah. Right now
Mm-hmm.
he's just cleaning and taking inventory of people who might want to come with him. That's all.
Nice. Okay. All right, you start doing that. Breelith, you go look for Zia. Where do you want to look?
She's gonna look on the ship, probably check her room first.
Okay. And you can be wherever, Zia, because I didn't really say anywhere.
Yeah, Zia will probably just be in her room.
You hear a knock at the door.
Zia, hey, it's me.
Oh, am I allowed to come out now?
Oh, yes. Yeah. No, he's gone.
Are you sure?
Yep, you're good to go. He's
Zia
in
will
your
like
room.
crack
Unlike-
the door open one eye.
Yeah. It's just me. There's no one else around. They're off the ship. It's good.
And then the door slowly opens until it's like awkwardly all the way open.
Amazing.
So how was it?
I mean, it was good. I mean, he asked about, well, your friend. Why isn't your friend here? But not in like a weird. I think he just wants to like ask you questions, but he seems a lot less, I guess, intrusive as what I thought. Like, I thought I was imagining him as being like, oh, I want to like ask you questions and I want to like put you in a cage and study you. But he wasn't really like that at all. I mean, I've only had small interactions with him before, and I was like, maybe he's changed. Maybe he's gotten like weirder. He doesn't.
Wait, so did he used to be like cagey,
No.
or is he becoming cagey?
I don't think that he's becoming anything. Well, I mean, he's not no caginess. I just, from how when you talk to people like occasionally, and it's through messenger, and so you kind of lose context of how they're to say something.
Like sometimes you think they're talking about like a platonic relationship, and then what they're actually talking about is cages.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know about I don't know where cages play into it, but yes,
It's a thing.
Being in a cage with a friend.
I mean, I can't say I personally had that experience, but I don't want to like, some people have been through it, it happens. But like, what other kind of stuff? Like, what was the conversation good?
Yes, the conversation was fine. Almost saw Carmine, which my instructor said that I shouldn't worry about it, that he wouldn't like cage Carmine and study him, but I just was worried. Carmine appeared in a barrel of jelly. I'm not sure how that happened because I'm pretty sure I locked him in my room before the dinner. But
that is quite the jam.
it was quite the jam. Vic was really upset. Like just sad, I guess. Not angry, but
About the
really-
jelly?
yeah, that because he said that was his best, and
Oh no.
the entire casket was pretty much ruined because it now has dragon, possibly poop in it.
I mean, do you
I
think
mean, I don't-
Carmine would?
I mean, it's a dragon, right? Dragons poop.
I mean, I can't
Everything
think of it.
poops.
Yeah, but in a bucket of or okay, well, not
mean,
super
maybe
important, but Carmine
have-
is safe. Carmine is
Yes.
safe.
Carmine is safe.
No
Carmine's
cages.
good. No cages.
Cage free.
Cage
Um,
free. Yes. He's off the ship. He seems like he wants to help. He seems like he wants to help decipher the things on McCall Island.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. And so he said that he would bring, if we wanted to take him there sometime with like a team of experts, that they could like, expertly decipher everything and get it done for us.
I don't know how I feel. Well, we can talk it through with everybody, but a team might maybe just him.
It could be just him, and he
Just
could
first.
definitely help for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
That's
Because maybe he gets there
good
and
idea.
he's like, I can't do it, and so it would just be a waste to have.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so many. Yeah.
Yeah. I completely. Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So otherwise than that, it went fine. And better than expected, I guess. I don't know why I was so nervous, but I just was, and but it seems to be okay. Yeah. He gave us some good information about a ghost ship and an excavation site and other things.
Oh, is that the Atmos ghost ship? Like that one?
Like the Wonders Plea, I think is what it's called.
There's a limerick about it, I think. It was like there once was a ship at Atmos that was the island's crown roast. Spread out and about was the vessel's great grout. Now the crew and the boat are all ghosts.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah.
Where did you hear that at?
Oh, I mean, in an inn at some point, like, I don't know, it must have been years ago.
That's amazing. Huh. Well, yeah, it could be that same ship. And I said that like the excavation site is tied to the ghost ship to where like if you like the ghost ship exists because the excavation site was tainted. So it seems like someone's just breaking open ghosts and creating ghost ships.
Breaking open ghosts.
Breaking open coffins or whatever down there. I mean, I don't know. There's some kind of excavation thing, and I would love to see it, but of course, like I'm not.
I mean, does our resident vampire have any thoughts on coffins breaking open?
I haven't.
Is there like a clan or something in this?
Well, I don't know if it's I don't know if it's like a vampire coffin. I mean, it could be anything. We don't know. We haven't seen the excavation site.
I guess there are multiple types of coffins.
Yeah.
That are supernatural in origin. But I wonder maybe because there was well, we'll wait until the morning maybe with the once Sinister is here, we'll tell you the story because you were doing other stuff at that time.
Oh, okay.
But also, is there anything left from dinner? Because
I'm sure, and I think there's all kinds of food left. You should go. Let's go. I'll go with you. I'll get a snack.
Okay. I will say, like, Dan, if you want to, we can kind of skip through that part.
Sure.
If you want, but it would basically just be us interacting with Beck.
Food.
Okay.
Food.
Nice.
You had a whole session of dinner last time. I don't want to extend it.
Thank you. I'll add then just that as you head over there, Sinister will probably be still kind of asking if anyone wants to go into town, in case either of you want to go as well. You'd come in, you'd overhear Sinister.
Oh, what are you going to do, Sinister?
Well, there's a lot of things. It looks like you guys got all the information you needed, but we learned other things. Remember, the Sutcliffes are probably here, and
Oh, right.
I do want to explore the that site that was in my. Remember, I told you I had the dream. Well, I didn't tell you I had a dream, but I told you about the tattoo
Right.
that
Yeah.
was on my right, and it's not there anymore. So all that's connected, and
Sure.
I just wanted to go out and bros being dudes, doing bro things.
What's a bro
I
thing?
don't know. Well, you know what? You could come too, really. I mean, you spent majority of yesterday ignoring me, and then you said I didn't want to be around.
I didn't ignore you. Sinister, I didn't ignore you.
Yeah, well, you didn't want me around.
I was chasing down my professor all day. I mean, well, and my patron. I'm sorry if you thought I was ignoring you. I totally wasn't. I was just trying to get things done.
Oh, you were being kind of suspect.
Oh, I'm sorry you felt that way.
Well, it hurt my feelings.
It hurts my feelings that your feelings were hurt.
Okay. Well, you want to come?
Mhm.
Okay, but you have to be cool. And I'm not Sinister. Remember, I'm Rob Danger.
Right.
Remember when you was
Right.
Remember when you was Brian? Remember when you was Brian?
Can I be Brian?
You can be Brian again.
Okay, so I'm Brian, you're Rob Danger, and we're gonna go and do bro stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
And we gotta be kind of I don't want to say lie to people, but we gotta blend in and not be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Yeah,
Don't be
stand out.
suspicious. Don't be
Don't be
suspicious.
suspicious.
Got it. Got it.
Don't be suspicious.
Okay.
And yeah, just be cool and try to be part of the crowd. We don't want to draw any attention.
Right.
Even though I'm a celebrity, do I still look like Sinister or do I look like Rob Danger?
I think you look like a Rob Danger.
Okay.
Okay.
I am commoner.
So
I'm
gonna
a commoner.
be. Okay.
And I'm a. Let's see. I make shoes. I'm a shoemaker.
A shoemaker. Okay. All right. I'm Brian, and
Yes. You're boring, and nobody knows you.
I'm not boring.
No,
I threw great parties on Friday nights, and
Okay.
I do I add numbers together, like for businesses.
Right. You're a number adder.
I figure out like money stuff,
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So Brian, money adder, and Rob, shoemaker.
I am Rob Danger.
Right. Well, I know, but like you're a shoemaker. I'm saying Brian. Do I need a last name too?
To make it more believable, yes.
So Brian, what should that be, Sinister? Should that be
Or
Reach Off? What?
Brian Reach Off.
Brian Reach Off. Okay. All right. Or how about, you know what? I read this in a book. How about Reach Around?
No, that's overused.
What about
And you should be Brian Popitoff.
Pop It Off? Okay.
Yes, Brian Popitoff.
Brian Pop It Off. Got it. Okay. All right. So Brian Pop It Off, Rob Danger. Okay. Let's go. Let's go and do bro stuff.
Well, have you seen Zia? Because I really need to talk to her.
I think Zia's there with.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. There she is.
Hi.
Hi.
Been here the whole time, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. We never got to see what's on that paper. I would really like to,
Yeah, I mean, I figure we can kind of like get everybody together in the morning, and that'll just set us up for like really good at the beginning of the day. We'll have a full day to go through. People will be out and about. So a lot of the people have this idea that like,
I can see better at night. So that's
well,
it's
that's
more
the thing.
about my visibility.
Okay, that's fair. But like in terms of people who are like, I think people think like these like underworld networks are like more active at night, but that would just make it easier for people to know who's like in those groups. So they typically are more active during the day because you have more space to blend in with.
And a lot of things are going on during the day in you guys' world and my world too, but it's just out of being able to be more aware of my surroundings. I'm sensitive to the sunlight.
Okay. I mean, we can read it now, but I'm gonna tell you that like I'm probably gonna go to bed and maybe start at it in the morning. After getting dinner, hopefully with Vic though.
Well, Vic said he was coming with me.
Oh, okay.
Vic's, I mean, it's an open kitchen, so Vic's definitely gonna hear the conversation. Oh. Hey, Sinister, I'm sorry. Just remembered something that I picked up an extra shift tonight after this cleaning.
Yeah, you just see Sinister, just his shoulders just kind of sag, and he's just like,
I'm sorry.
He looks at Breelith, and he doesn't say anything. He just kind of, okay. Like, don't even try to finish this lie, dude. Just. He just continues like cleaning stuff.
I should tell you that typically like these sort of notes things tend to be written in cant. So it might be, well, we might have to go somewhere or like hold it up to like heat or something.
I thought you did that already. I kind of thought you did that already.
Oh no, I was making sure I was staying, alert and like physically fit just in case that I was gonna get caged.
I don't know what you mean by that.
That's something that Sinister, you haven't heard of caged either. It seems like it happens.
I don't see the
sometimes
correlation.
Like you'll just find yourself in a cage with someone.
I don't know how that happens. Usually you're either forcefully put into a cage or willfully put into a cage. It's not like you just accidentally wake up there like, ooh.
According to Zia, like sometimes it just happens, and I've never heard of it either, but maybe it's a place thing, like a city thing.
Like a regional experience.
Yeah, you just find yourselves in cages sometimes, and that's something that we should all be aware of because
I've never found myself in a cage unknowingly.
I haven't either. I mean, I've never been in a cage.
Well, regardless.
I don't. Never mind.
I hope
wild birthdays.
I hope you two have a wonderful evening out in the town. And
I would have liked if you would have came with us too, because you might be useful in these situations. But it's all good. I'll try to find somebody.
You should come with us.
It's
we can get Ashavar to go. We can all go out together.
Oh, I do think Ashavar would be a great person to ask.
We're gonna have names. Brian is mine, and of course, Sinister. Rob.
In Sinister, Ashavar told you that she was heading out. I think, right, Ashavar, you already did that. Okay, yeah. So Ashavar's back.
Ashavar's already left. She was gonna do her own thing. So
okay. At this point, she would probably just be still in her room, trying not to look like herself. Exactly.
Okay. Gotcha.
So she's probably still on the ship, but she would have told Sinister that she's gonna do things, off the ship at night that you do sometimes.
Yeah, she had plans already.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
it'll be a good bonding experience for the two of you. You can definitely like teach Breelith a little bit of the espionage ropes or what have you. I think that'd be really cool.
I'm good at sneaking around.
Like kind of like look over at Vic for a second and I'm like, please get me out of here.
And then I
talk about
flash back in my mind to the spiders and to the crypt down below, like
Oh no.
us in the hallway. Like,
Really good.
note to self. As Brian, you can sneak very well.
Yeah. Yeah, I asked Brayleth I can sing very well. Let's go. Come on. Should I get Carmine or should I leave Carmine in the room?
I think it'd be good to let him off the ship, but I don't think you should have him out in the open if you're gonna let him off the ship, because wearing a celestial dragon or walking a celestial pet will bring a lot of attention to us. We're trying to blend in.
I got just the thing. Brayleth's gonna go back to her room.
With jam.
And she's going to wrap go to Carmine. Carmine, hey,
Looks
do you want to
back
go
at
off?
you.
Do you want to go off the ship for a bit?
Perks up. And
We
walks
do have
off
to-
the bed over to the
Wait,
door.
wait. Hey, Carmine, we have to go in disguise. Can you disguise yourself to look like something else, or do you want
And
me
looks
to wrap
around like,
a blanket around you? I can put a blanket on you like a cloak. It can look really cool.
he looks up at you, like looks around a bit and then looks up at you. Like it's like they're in their like teenage rebellious years. We're
Sure.
just done with the
Sure.
daily things. Ugh. And a bunch of images of different little creatures kind of pop up in your head. Simple things like squirrels and cats and stuff like that. Like
A cat.
like what? Okay. And Carmine's body shrinks up to the size of Charlie, actually, but very short-haired, black-haired kitty cat with a green eye and a blue eye.
Ruth will hold it up. You look adorable. Thank you.
Yeah.
And she'll give a little kiss on its head,
Mm.
and we'll put it on the shoulder.
Yeah, they hop off your shoulder onto the floor.
Okay, so you want to stay on? You want to walk around? That's fine. Just don't wander off, okay?
Yeah. Walk down the hallway.
You'll give a little scritch on its head before it goes out the door.
Okay.
And she'll go back to Sinister.
All right.
You would just see Sinister just probably finishing up putting stuff in his backpack, all his adventure stuff, and getting his cloak on, his nondescript cloak, sans all his guy makeup. He's just pretty pared down, and his hair is just like neatly tied behind him.
Realist dressed like usual.
Do you want a mustache?
No, I don't want a mustache.
You had a mustache last time.
Oh, did I?
Oh, I did disguise you a little.
Could you disguise me again?
Yeah. Do you want a scar this time?
Yes.
Wait. And then he just starts to.
Okay.
He starts to do whatever you say, like however you want to.
Great. All right, let's go.
Now you just gotta look, normal, like you've been working all day.
I've been working all day.
And you got an intimidating scar, so maybe people might not look at you like they think you're tough, and they're like, "Oh no, better not get on Brian's nerves."
Yeah, real tough. Yeah. All right, come on, Carmine. Little cat.
And then I'm gonna shoot Ashavar a message that in case something goes wrong, to meet up at a certain place in town, that we all will meet there as well. Like, she's going on her separate thing, but just in case something goes wrong, message us and meet us at this spot.
Ooh, which spot is that?
I'd say in the Market District. Where was that the bar we went to? Was it over there?
Yeah, but that got exploded with fire, didn't it?
No, 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 no. The one where me and Zia was drinking spider drinks.
Oh.
That was in the religious ward.
Oh.
Right, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah. No, maybe it was down there. You went up there. No,
And then we ran back.
I think it was in a religious word because you. No, you went up to look, and you were at the entrance to the Wanderer's Play. You're like, oh my gosh, all the guards. Let's go find someone, and then yeah, I think you went down to the merchant thing. So it wasn't the Lazy Susan, but it was a different tavern.
It was booze. Where we have booze.
Is there anything else on that sign? Awesome. Okay.
Well, basically that's what I would say to her, and be careful, please.
I'd shoot a message back with the I don't know, the group WhatsApp brain thing. Yeah. And
nice.
Brain
say will do.
Okay. Great. I'm going to jump over to you then, Ashavar, for a bit, as everyone else sort of, Zia's going to be here with possibly with Vic for a little bit. Relith and Sinister head off to do their thing. Lisanna is in bed. Cassius is working on, his, what's the word? The, brain does not want to work. The whole thing that he does, artificing in his in his room, his little workshop area. You find your way as you disembark the ship. Where would you like to head, Ashvar?
Definitely for like the poorer, whatever the poorer area of town is. I guess what she's trying to do is she had a group of, when she was still living here, she had a group of kids that she would look after, and they in turn would, gather information for her so that she could do her fake fortune telling thing. And so she's been gone for a while, so I was thinking they would live in like a poorer district, wherever that's applicable.
Yeah. In fact, there's a, oh my goodness, I guess sorry, let me just quickly look at my, okay. So there is a residential ward that's divided into two equally sized parts. There's the upper residential ward and the lower residential ward. Now, the upper residential ward is equal in space, but has about 1/8 of the population of the lower class. There's middle class areas, lower class areas, and then there's one area in particular called the Turnside that is would be considered well below the poverty level. A lot of right. Yeah. So you're headed to that to the Turnside?
Yeah, and I'm dressed as kind of like an older commoner woman. Okay. Not so much with the bright colors, not like super raggedy or anything either.
All right, you make your way through on this relatively warm mid-spring evening. Probably be in the 70s or so for all of us American Fahrenheit folks. And yeah, the city calms down a fair bit at night. There's white ever-burning lights that stoked on their own in the lamp side, the tall lamps that light the street. They burn a nice crisp daylight white. And in spring, it probably rained a little bit this evening, so there's a nice shiny, nice sheen left over of dampness on the cobblestone streets. Some puddles here and there where the rainwater collected. Clicks and clacks of boots and shoes fill the air, but there's only a handful of people you see, and your walk even through the merchant squares is mostly packed up. You head over and use the little teleportation thing to get to the residential ward, and head down through a somewhat familiar walk down to the turnside section of the lower residential area. Can you make a perception check for me, please, as you arrive and begin walking through the lower residential section? Actually, as you arrive.
Okay. Let's see if I can roll it in roll 20 because I forgot to get my dice. Perception. Oh, this is going to be interesting. 19.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. You walk on through and head down to the turnside. Again, seems to be a fairly normal walk. You're accustomed to this. Far fewer lights, far fewer things in repair here. And you reach a very neglected section of town. There's a lot of there's a moderate size constabulary element here, but outside of turnside, not within it. It's more patrols around the outside. All the same BS that you remembered. Are you headed to was this a group of people that had that all lived together, or what are you looking for here that would work?
I would think there's probably like an orphanage of some kind that she would have been sort of informally helping out with.
Okay.
And that's where all of her little friends live.
Oh. All right, then you find your way to the White Rose Orphanage. And do you want to like try and pop in there? What are you looking to do? It's moderately late at night, but maybe like 9, maybe like 10.
She'd probably remember like kind of where the kids that she's most familiar with are sleeping, so she'd probably sneak around the not really sneak, but like walk quietly around the side of the building and like gust one of the windows open a little bit.
Actually, as you walk around the side of the building, there as you make the turn, you spot someone maybe 12 feet away or so, leaned up against the wall, kind of squat down, flask in one hand and kind of bowler hat tipped down over their head, big bushy handlebar mustache. Turns over and looks up. And just kind of grunts at you a little bit.
Is drinking up next to and leaned up against an orphanage generally your nighttime habits, sir?
The orphanage is across town. But I do take up drinking. Stands up. Puts a hand on his back and kind of leans back as though he's trying to stretch it out. What do you tips the hat up and make a quick perception check if you would.
18.
Nice. Very perceptive. Cool. This person looks kind of familiar. You can't quite place the face, but it puts there's enough familiarity that it might alarm you that you know them, but you can't place them. He pulls the hat up. Yeah, I'm fresh out. Kind of holds his flask up. Sorry. Are you here for a drink?
No. What's in this building now?
I kind of walks out like up towards you, but to the side, like he's gonna walk past you a bit and looks down both sides of the road. No, that's the orphanage. Yeah, wow. I don't know how I got over here. Can you point me back to the tavern? Gyms.
Gyms.
Mhm.
Am I out of character? Am I familiar
Yeah.
with that?
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, you go down that street until you hit a broken statue, turn left, and then go down about 50 feet, turn right, and there it is.
You say that one more time. Not that you actually have to say it one more time, but
Yeah,
tell him again. Yeah.
she'll tell him again, slower.
Right. Oh, I got it. Right.
Probably add some like notes about how there's whatever akin to a fire hydrant on the corner.
Nice. Okay. He turns to walk away and starts walking down the alley and like the side of the building. It's like the wrong way to start. He's
Ooh.
thank you. You just let him go.
I'm gonna try and follow him. Actually, not very
Oh,
good at stealthing, but here we
okay.
go.
Yeah, give it a
I'm a
stealth
little.
roll.
He's sus.
Yeah.
14.
Mm. So shiny. It's hard. All right, you follow him, and he doesn't seem to notice. And he, makes it down to the next little tiny intersection, sort of in between a lot of the buildings on this block. So he pauses and just turns right. It's like not even close to the directions you gave him. He's just trying to do his best to get back there. You follow him for maybe like 5 or 8 minutes, and he ultimately finds his way back to the tavern. It's a very long route. He's looped to loops a couple times, but makes his way back. Kind of pushes the door and heads inside.
Okay. I'd be satisfied at that point. Mostly, I was trying to figure out if he's like actually drunk or fake drunk.
Okay. Gotcha.
So like once I see him, and I believe that he's doesn't notice me and he's still acting drunk and he goes into a tavern at that point, I'd be like, oh, he's probably actually just an idiot.
Okay. You make your way back then to the orphanage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you're sneaking.
Well, no, I'm
Oh,
not.
the window,
On
the
the way
gust.
back, I would
Okay.
just like kind of gusting the window open.
All right.
Maybe minor illusioning a little like silver dragon on the windowsill.
Nice. All right. Well, you do that, and let me just see who's in the room. Can you roll a d20, just a straight d20? I just want to see if it's a child you know or not.
Okay. 1 sec. I'm gonna go grab my dice. It'll be about 20 seconds.
Take your time. Take your time.
Yes. Go into the D&D game without the dice.
I regularly get partway through like, oh, I'm gonna get my dice out.
Okay. D20. This one. 9.
Okay. You hear like a soft squee from up in the room. Before a little bit of a and the window pushes it pulls inward rather. And one of the kids gosh, I guess it's been a hot minute, maybe half a year or something. I forget how long I know it hasn't been a super long, but one of the kids one of the young girls, 10 or 11 is started to change a bit, but you do recognize her still with her facial features, hair's longer and everything. What's it? Oh, whoosh. I'm gonna put your hand to the track. Oh. Who's down there? Actually, she's gonna do a thing against your stealth. Nope. Is someone down there? That's what she asks.
Ashavar would like stop trying to be stealthy and wave at her. She looks a little different because of the disguise, but her voice would be the same when she greets the child and says, "Hi, it's me, Ashvar."
Oh,
Or, you know.
oh, yeah. Does she know you by Ashavar, or does she know you by?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what she.
Ashavar, you're back. Oh, we haven't seen you in so long. We thought something terrible happened.
No, I'm okay. How are you guys? How's everybody doing?
Well, look, George has been adopted, little Frankie, and Susan. But the other four of us are still here, and you know, it's the same.
Mm. I miss you.
Hmm.
Sorry I haven't been around. I had to hide for a little bit, so, and I didn't want to get
Oh,
you in trouble too.
oh. Someone trying to use your talents again?
Uh, sort of,
Hmm.
I guess. Um,
Greedy people.
but she would pull one of the uh or she'd pull a small pouch of gold out of her cloak and toss it up to the girl and kind of like basically say, not to bring this around out in the open, but this is for you all.
Oh, what is it? It looks down.
It's money.
Oh,
I didn't have time to buy something nice for you before I came down here, so you can pick something out for yourself. But remember to go, and she'll mention like some person in the neighborhood who's known for being able to break gold into smaller pieces.
nice. Oh,
So it's not as conspicuous. So she would, tell her to make sure to go see that person so she's not carrying a bunch of gold pieces around.
okay. We'll split it up and. Oh, Ashavar, you're too kind. Ah, I can I. Oh, the others are. Are you in town for a little bit? Can we find you?
Yeah, I'll be here. I'm uh I'm in the ship that's next to the really, really big ship
Okay.
that just came in.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you can come by. I'd love to see you, but
Oh,
I have to sort of keep a low profile right now.
oh, oh. Is that because um all those people were asking about you?
Probably.
It
I
was
got your
week after
message,
week.
Dan.
Oh, okay.
Um, I will think of something in the next 3 minutes.
Okay, neat. There were when you after you left, there was um, that person is kept sending his men to ask, and they were watching us for weeks to see if you would show up, and stopping us and pretending, trying to buy us things and ask us questions about you, and we knew better. You taught us better. Um, but yes, Lord Dulaire, Dulaire,
Mm.
Dulaire. Ugh, the pretentious asshole.
Yeah, he's the worst, right?
He's such a jerk. But it's been stopped at one point, thankfully.
That's good. I'm glad I
Oh,
stayed away long enough for him to get bored.
mm.
Hopefully.
I as she talks about this, that person's face clicks. That's definitely one of Lord Dulaire's henchmen.
Aha.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Mm. I don't want to wake up the others.
Of course not.
But tomorrow, if it's all right, we'll come see you.
Please do. I'd like that. And if you pick up any little tidbits on the way,
Okay.
let me know.
Yeah. Mm-mm. There's actually, yes. It kind of looks down both sides of the tomorrow. Well, here's some news.
She'll minor illusion another little dragon that waves at the girl
She kind of waves back
before
at
she
it.
walks off.
And waves until you're around the corner. All right, I will jump over then as you're continuing through the city to, let's see, let's go with Breelith and Sinister, since there's two of you. The two of you have set off into the night of the city, same sort of atmosphere described earlier. Where would you two like to head?
I would like to make sure, since Vic can't go, Boots and Charles and Charlie come with us.
Let's see. Actually, let me check with Charles and Charlie. Charles and Charlie have since gone, and you can't. You kind of look around the ship, you don't find them. You can mental message them. I believe they're in on the thing if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would mental message like, are you occupied?
Yes.
Since they're, yes, I've been inspired to try and ask around about this ghost ship, and
you're doing your own investigation.
I've promoted
You're following
myself.
the clues. You promote. That's what's up, Charlie. I mean, Charles.
So,
you're taking initiative.
Yes. So we'll let you know what we find, because I'm sure we're gonna find something.
Right, and if you get into trouble, you pop down to this, and I'll give them the name of the bar. Don't hesitate to just pop down over there and let us know that you got there.
I will. Charlie and I are doing really well with this so far. Charlie is a cop that plays by the rules, and I'm playing as though I lost my partner, and I'm not ready to accept.
You're maladjusted.
Yes.
Yes.
But together we can figure this out.
Man, you know what? You've done leaps and bounds in your character development and your dedication.
We've got that.
I'm just gonna have to talk about I can't get you enough props, but yeah, let us know about that ghost ship thing, how it goes down, and see you later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Charles and Charlie are.
Dan, please.
I've got issues. However, yes, Boots will be there for sure. And be eager to go into town.
What about Eden or Guardian?
I think Guardian's been off the. Yeah, Guardian isn't around. Oh my gosh, Eden just doesn't respond.
Of course.
You rolled a 1 to see if
it's
she
one
was
of those. It's one of those nights where you you want to go out and you text all your friends and they're just either don't respond, asleep, or busy, and you're just like, well.
So you just kind of see you see him concentrating on sending these messages, and then just kind of like, huh? You know what I'm saying? So looks at Breelith.
So who's joining us?
It seems like we're on our own, Brian.
Oh, Boots will go if you want.
Oh, Boots is coming. Boots is coming.
Great. Does Boots have a? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Does Boots have a secret identity?
Not yet.
Boots, what identity do you want?
Yeah.
We're all Sinister. Explain it to him.
Oh, all right. Look, I don't think I need to tell you this, that we're trying to be discreet and not draw notice to ourselves. And I'm Rob Danger.
He gestures to his tail and ears.
This is Brian Popatov, and you will be.
Yeah, I'm Boots.
All right.
Yeah, it's my thing. It's my thing.
All right.
We got
I
cat
will-
mine here as well.
Oh gosh, not a cat breeder.
No.
This is
Oh,
a tabaxi.
ears work as well.
No,
yeah.
no. And
Oh,
points to the cat
Brayless.
following. Like there's a cat
Oh.
following her, right, Dan?
Yep. It's
Okay.
but
I
not
thought-
seen before.
I thought-
That's cat mine.
Okay, and Sinister's like, not this again.
Yeah, please. Yeah. and
All right,
it's,
so we're just gonna be walking around. You know, there's Ghost Ship, there's that new ship in the harbor, there's that fancy lady with the red canoe behind her. We also got that
A lot of stuff.
creepy we got a lot of stuff. So
all right.
which would you like to do first?
That
Brian,
Boots looks over.
you don't
to-
know. What about you, Boots? What are you feeling?
Well, one of them involved drinking. That tavern, yeah, and Lazy Susan. So
Yeah, we can
I'm there
we
for
can
that.
go to the Lazy Susan.
You all right?
Let's
for
go.
this? Brian.
It's Brian. Let's go.
All right. Okay. All right.
Right.
He just puts on his cloak and all that stuff and is headed. I guess we need to I think we need to go towards the direction of the lazy. That's not the burnt down one, is it? It is the burnt down one.
Mm-mm. The Lazy Susan's open for business.
Oh. All right. Let's. Breelix, I would like to show you this spot, and I'm going to take him over to the tavern that was destroyed.
Oh, it's up in the religious ward. Yeah.
Oh well, then
Long walk.
that's not going to work. Let's go to the bar, the Lazy Susan, to see if we can find someone.
Okay. Lazy Susan it up.
Yeah, just a couple bro dudes being.
We're
Bugs.
broing around. Broing.
Oh.
Really getting our
yeah.
bro on. And kind of gives like Boots a punch to the shoulder.
Oh no. That's toxic, Brian. Forget that. We don't need that. We don't need
Just-
to hit each other.
Just behave normally, Breelix. Try not to make any eye contact.
For Brian, this
And,
is normal, Sinister.
That's
okay.
Rob.
Yeah,
Right.
Rob.
Rob. Yes.
All right,
You
this
catch
is working
Boots
fine.
chuckling every
Let's
so
go.
often.
This is
Come on,
working
Carmine.
out.
Right. Let's and the cat.
This is working out great.
You make your way to the Lazy Susan. It's moderately busy. There's a lot of people that travel that are here just to buy stuff or sell stuff and then move along, and you find many of them here. Mixed in with a healthy dose of locals. Well lit, well staffed place. There's some spots at the bar. There's a couple partially empty
I'm
tables.
just I'm gonna mental message all of them, so we're not talking out loud. Why don't we kind of split up and try to find out as much information as possible from the local?
What information about the ghost ship?
You could ask about that. Ask about all the things that we're looking about, with the exception of mentioning Celestials or the Book of Enoch.
So ghost ship. What else?
Tiriana von Sutcliffe,
Okay.
who the lady in the ship parked next to us is.
Lady. Big lady.
So you can imply on what happened over in the religious district.
Religious district. Oh, you mean the excavation? I mean,
Not the excavation.
you mean the
I
excavation?
don't mention the excavation. I would mention the there was the tavern on that side of town that was completely destroyed. What happened?
Tavern, right? Tavern destroyed. Okay.
I'm gonna go do that over there. I think it might just operate a little bit better without, you know,
I think we
all
can.
this.
I think we can divide and
Hang
conquer.
low, Boots. Hang low.
Ooh, okay.
Felix will go off into a corner.
Sinister just kind of like does, you know how like something happens, you just go, ooh. And I'm gonna talk to the barkeep.
All right. Elven man, maybe mid-40s or so, in human appearance, comes up, kind of leathery sun damaged skin. Good evening. What can I do for you? Here for a drink.
Oh, I would, I would just like a nice warm tea.
Well, I can't say we just serve tea. We have hot toddy, I suppose, would be something close to that. But I don't think you're gonna find anything without at least a little bit of alcohol in it here.
Oh, okay. I just want something warm.
Sure.
That's fine.
You
I'll
like
take
this
that.
then?
I'll take that. All right, good. I'm Rob. How are you?
Oh, a pleasure. My name is well, I go by Dennis here.
Oh, okay, Dennis. Yeah, I'm new in town.
Oh, welcome.
To Atmos. And I've been here for a couple of days, and I've heard some curious things, like that there was a terrible accident at a tavern in your religious district.
All right. Maybe a week and a half ago or so. He
What
finishes your
happened?
drink and pushes it over to you. Hell if I know. We're all a bit worried about it since that isn't really something that happens too much here. But yeah, a lot of people killed in there and then the place torched.
Ooh, wow, that's unusual.
Right.
Would you say it has something to do with if you was to guess, would you think it was someone local to this area, or just some one-off event?
I certainly hope it's not someone here in this area. I don't think it would be. So again, people that live here, this is our almost certainly crime and such, but pulling a bunch of people in for their drinks and then burning the evidence away or whatever. That's a little dark for I think. I hope locals.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. It, I have to admit, you got a lot going on right now. You got that fancy ship, right?
Right. Federation.
What do
Right.
you know about that ship?
Same as everyone, I suppose. Federation's flaunting its wealth and such, and designing some new bloody ship to be better than the rest. More of the same.
Oh, you're not impressed, huh?
I can't say I'm a fan of the Federation. We all have to. They put themselves in a bit of a position of power, and they take advantage of it.
Yeah,
They're the ones that pay.
absolutely. Oh, you're just so easy to talk to.
Thank you. There's
Um,
serving some other folks as well.
yeah. And he drinks his drink and he goes, well, I don't want to say this part too loud, but I'm looking for someone.
Oh, well, there's a velvet carpet around the corner.
No, not in that capacity.
Oh,
But I will take that suggestion. You say, velvet. Yes.
good.
All right. I'm looking for Tiriana Sutcliffe.
Oh, right. That's one of those big family folks from Staffney, right?
Oh yes.
I think some of her guards were in here the other day.
Oh yeah.
Acting all big. Hey. Well, they have
They
plenty of
didn't
coin
give
to
you any
spend.
trouble.
No, they more like just showing off their wealth. They bought a few rounds for it. Some kindness to them, but a bit haughty as well. So
Oh,
good
they're not
customers.
staying here.
No, this is just I don't have any places to rent. I tried to early on in the business, but it just doesn't it doesn't mix for me. I can't manage tenants and rooms and cleaning and everything else along with all this. So
I'm a shoemaker, and I make fancy shoes. And
good.
I was hoping to send one of my new prototypes to the subclubs to see if she might be interested.
Oh, well, I hope that goes well.
Would you happen to know like a place where I may run into her?
Oh, I have no bloody idea. They didn't say much aside from them working for her.
Do you think they'll be in tonight?
I doubt it. They came in around just after dinner or so, I think, the other night. Said they're going to be here for a bit and probably be back one night, but seemed to come in just after their, I think after their shift ended, maybe. There's a lot of customers were fairly busy. I just happen to remember them because of that fancy name and family and the money they were throwing around.
Okay. Well, I'll let you get back to work. I'll take another one.
Oh, wonderful. Glad you
As
like
you
it.
can see, it's probably drained.
Yeah, nice. Makes another one, passes it over. Hey, you need anything else? Just wave down me or our server.
Okay. Thank you, Dennis.
And as everyone's kind of continuing to go through there, Breelith and Boots and Sinister, I'm going to jump over to Zia, who's on the ship with Vic. Everyone else is kind of left, so it's kind of Vic here scooping up dishes and taking them over to the kitchen. Excuse me, cleaning out pans, and just kind of getting the dirty work of the evening done. Did you have a good day? There.
Oh yeah. I hadn't really cleaned my room really thoroughly. Somehow like the ship is really old.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It's important to have a clean mind, a clean room helps you have a.
Yeah, I was kind of holed up all day because like really thought her patron was going to be a little into cages.
Oh.
So.
Wait.
I'm sorry I didn't get to dinner while it was still warm.
Oh, that's all right. Well, it's quite all right. I did ask Breelith a time or two if she thought you might be showing up. She wasn't sure. She said maybe. But I did. I mean,
she told me to stay in my room. So.
Wait. What? Breelith. That doesn't feel very nice.
I think Breelith is just one of those people who is just like single-minded, and she was just focused on not having me or Carmine with the patron, and so she was probably just so focused on that she just lied to you straight up to your face.
Hey, well, I'm not gonna forget that.
I mean, it's Breelith. It'll be fine.
Kind of grumbles. Well, I did save some for you.
Thank you so much.
Hey, I kept the oven here a bit low, just to keep it warm for you. Hopefully it's not too well done. It'll name like 2 or 3 of the things that he thinks that you like, and get them out of the oven and get them set up. cleans off a plate and sets a plate. There's plenty more, of course. You mind if I join you? I haven't really been able to eat myself either.
Oh yeah, please. And then I can help with some of the cleaning after.
That. Thank you.
I mean, you're always just in there all the time, just doing all the work,
I really appreciate that you see me, do you? Sometimes I think that perhaps you're the only one that really sees me.
Oh, I mean, I'm flattered. Yeah, I'm sorry you feel that way in terms of not being seen. Well, I know it's trying to be complimentary. I want you to know that everybody else also appreciates you.
Oh,
I think they're just maybe not so good at showing it. Maybe
perhaps.
I don't know, but
I think they know me. They see part to me. I just think that you see me in a way that it's a bit more full picture.
I mean,
I appreciate that.
well, yeah. I mean, you're a good person.
Wide skin gets blushy.
And yeah, I mean, you saved my life from that sky spirit thing at one point. That was great. You stabbed it right in the face.
Well, it deserved it.
Yeah, it did. God, I only wish I could have been stabbing it with you.
Oh.
But yeah.
How are you feeling with well, everything that you have going on with your memories? Some of your memories returned, and seeking your sister and such. Things going on.
It definitely feels like it's getting more and more out of grasp. I felt like we were right on the tail, and now it just, I mean, we have a lot of leads, which is great, but we could be months behind, and the world just might end or whatever, or collapse at any time. And that's kind of stressful. But it could be worse. And we're very lucky to have each other in the ship, and I've just been trying to focus on the little things, instead of go. Like how, I know that Sinister and Breelith, really wanted me to come out tonight, but I was like, it can wait until morning.
Right.
If it ends, it ends. But I hope the both of them are having a good time, because they deserve it. They've also been doing a lot of good stuff recently, I think.
Good. I do. All right. I hope they do. I really like that line of thinking. My mother used to, as I'd say a wee lad, but I've never really been that wee. But I used to worry. It started worrying about small things like, am I going to break this if I hold it? Am I going to hurt my friends and such? And then it went to bigger things like just always in my head and worrying about huge, terrible things happening. And she'd, my mother used to call it radical acceptance, where she'd say, perhaps sometimes big things are going to happen. You have no control over it. You just have to accept it, and maybe that'll happen. Your best in the moment, but not to worry about it day to day, and that's always helped me. So,
yeah,
I appreciate that sentiment.
That's wonderful. And I mean, we're looking for a ghost ship, right? I mean, how crazy is that? And also, I mean, can you even stab ghosts? Do you have to have special special like daggers
There's
or
nothing you can
knives?
do. They can jump inside you and take you over, and there's nothing you can do to stop them.
Oh,
It's
really?
like
Is that a
wiping
thing?
sweat. Aye. You
Oh
can't
my
hurt them,
God.
but they can hurt you. And
Oh, well, I guess we knew that Charlie could do that. So I kind of forgot about that.
right,
But I guess it's less scary because he's like on our side
right
I
for
think.
now.
For now. Oh God, I didn't even think about that.
Right, you never know. Ghosts.
Oh God. Oh, that would be so weird. Could you imagine?
No. Oh, were you the
Like
one
if
that
Charlie jumped into like Sinister's body and pretended to be Sinister,
Right. And
then he stabbed you?
Right. They're good friends. He'd probably play a great Sinister, wouldn't you know?
And then you couldn't stab
Oh.
back because then it'd be Sinister
Right.
his body.
No.
Oh, that would be.
No.
That is a moral quandary right there.
Right. If you remember Charles's head turning around like what are you eating that vision thing? Like they're just anyway, how's the food?
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Oh,
Like could not be any better. I often wonder like, where, because it's so hard to get like some of the foods that you have prepped. I'm like, when did you get time to get skyfish?
Hey.
Like they're so rare.
They are. Hey, well, it's part of the trade. A lot of there are some shops that open up so early that I just stay up late. We'll get napping done in the day, and then 2 or 3 in the morning disembark when we're docked, and to find the better ingredients.
You were up that early, heading out?
Sometimes. Hey.
Oh my gosh. That's dedication right there.
Well, it's important to me to be able to provide in any way I can.
Yeah.
Kind of just gets caught for a moment for beauty, like your face.
She's just so awkward. She's just like, do I have something in my teeth? Like, is that?
No, that they're perfect.
Where...
They're fine.
Oh,
they're fine. Your teeth are fine.
Okay.
Right, nothing in there. You look fantastic tonight.
Oh, I mean, thanks. You too. Yeah. I mean, there's probably still a lot of like grease and.
He looks so shitty. Yeah, he's
sweat.
Like. It's a very generous assessment of Vic tonight. Hey. Well, I'll make sure everyone has a healthy, filling breakfast. Better to be. It sounded like there's going to be a meeting in the morning and figuring out what to do next and all that.
Yeah, I honestly not really looking forward to it. Hope that I sleep through it and that we just decide what we're doing and then I'll just show up.
Good idea. We should sleep in together. I mean, just in a own spaces, of course. Just.
Oh, I mean, I was kind of kidding. Like, I mean, I'll definitely be at the meeting, but like.
Wait. Of course, that would be irresponsible.
But yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear more about your, existence and stuff.
Oh, I'd love to tell you. Yeah, eh?
Yeah. I think that'd be really, really, really cool. Really, yeah. So I'll go back and you can come back if you want. So I mean, like, no pressure or anything.
No, I'll he starts kind of gets up and starts cleaning like vigorously. No, I'll just wrap up here quickly and
but I was gonna help you. Well, Zia will probably try to pick up some of the same stuff at the same time.
It's the fumble hands. It's awesome. Oh,
Yeah, it'll get done more quickly, and we can make sure we have some coffee brewed for Sinister.
well, right, and he unties his apron and lifts it off his head and turns it around and goes to put it over your head.
Oh.
You should have that and a walk behind you, like debind, and it'll kind of cinch it behind you.
Sure. I'm assuming it's also got like grease.
It's
all
so
over.
dirty. It's so dirty.
Oh my God.
So kind of like cinch it
Thanks.
around, yeah, and tie it, yeah. Wait, have to, right. Don't want to get dirty.
Oh well, you know what happens sometimes.
um,
And then I'm assuming we can push forward through cleaning the kitchen. I'm not sure that would be fun to roll.
no. Kitchen.
And then Zia will probably head back. I'm assuming Vic would go to his room first and then come over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to role play out him talking about some of the stuff, or do you just want to say that he told you? I've got stuff either way.
In the interest of time, I don't necessarily think that we need to role play all that out personally. But so I'm assuming he like just knocks on the door, and when Zia comes to open it, there's going to be a sleeping bag on the floor next to the bed.
Oh, nice. Oh.
Yeah, so I was thinking like if you wanted to, have your own area. Or I could take the sleeping bag and you can have a bed, like whatever you're feeling.
That'll do just fine. And he's like squeamish, like a little bit, but trying to hold it in his Goliath form. No, that'll be great. Wonderful. You know what? He is gonna have a book under his hand, and it's gosh, it's sort of like a picture album, but it's with like well done sketches and stuff from his childhood. And he keeps that with him, and like, ooh. He'll share a little bit about his childhood through that. He'll talk a little bit about the island that was outside of Staffney that he didn't quite get to go to, but hopes to go to next time you're all back there.
We'll definitely get a chance at some point, I'm sure.
Good. Yeah, and listens to anything that you want to share, back and forth. Yeah. And then, at one point he'll migrate to the sleeping bag and he'll keep talking like all night, like and be ready for sleep. Hey, Zia, are you awake?
This whole time I'm thinking like, you remember those like not old timey, this is like 10 years ago, memes where it's like the girl you like, her dad, her brother, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I like in any other relationship, Vic would be fine, but Zia's just got the celestial dad, the potentially like extremely powerful mage mother, and the sister who wants to destroy the fabric of reality, and then Vic.
Yeah. I am Vic. Nice. Little chibi Vic with it.
But yeah, I don't know, because like it was a pretty long day. Zia honestly might be just like loudly snoring by this point.
Nice. He'll follow suit when you're
but maybe like rolled over into a weird position and now has like her head on like his stomach or something.
Oh yeah, okay. Nice. All right. Neat. All right, that's oh my gosh. That's Zick. Zick. Yeah, and Vic. Brand.
That's the couple. That's the couple name.
Zick.
Zick.
I accidentally said Zick because my brain was like, let's just do the short version of
That's
Zia
what they
and
are now.
Vic. No,
Yeah.
that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's either Zic or Via.
Via's better, but
Yeah, it is.
but you know what I know that I cannot control whatever couple name happens. So
Nice.
whatever happens, happens.
Sweet.
I like Dick, but Via works too.
Via is much more like celestial. Via. Yeah, so I'm gonna say off in the Lazy Susan, next to Breelith, there is a cat that has walked under the table and begun peeing on the stand that holds the table up.
Of course.
Because the cat has to pee.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll bring us to our bio break. Yay!
So good.
Was that
So
Carmine?
Yeah, definitely. So for anyone who doesn't know, we take about a 10-minute bio break. Our audio will be hot because we are, and that way you can chat with us. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. Get y'all shortly. All right. Well, I'm gonna go.
Did you see where Trish is coming in?
Oh,
at break?
exciting! Yeah, come on in, Trisha. That's so cool. Oh yeah, there we go. Yes, definitely. That's definitely cool. All right, I'm gonna pee and then I'll be back. Yay!
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, you came literally right in at the bio break, so it worked out.
Well, it wasn't out as long as I thought it was going to be, so.
Oh, bless. You're gonna be coming into some interesting. Well, I think. Well, I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
This is awkward. I just realized I forgot to mute Twitch. So I
Oh,
kept
yeah.
hearing this echo. I was like, wait.
Oh no. I mean, like.
I was like, wait a second. Why am I hearing my own voice?
It happens. It happens. Let's see. What did we?
What did I miss? What juicy stuff did I miss?
Breelith and Sinister went to a bar and looking for information, but they're using disguises, which are very bad. And then Ashavar went to an orphanage and is apparently like a Zorro type figure to these orphans. I guess Robin Hoodie. I don't know. I don't know where to place it exactly. I'm interested to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so like Dan and Ashbar have been chatting privately, so I'm like, I know this is going somewhere, so I'm very interested to see where that's going. And then Zia and Vic had a really late dinner and went to bed. And
Not together, unfortunately. Vic was in a sleeping bag beside the bed.
yeah, so the thing is whenever Steph throws things into chat, I do my best to thwart any and all hope of said things occurring. Mostly because I think it's funny. Like, so whenever I see the Twitch chat, like, oh my God, this thing is gonna happen, do this thing. And I'm like, no. So if you really wanted things to happen, you should just start posting whatever the opposite of what you want. And then it'll happen.
She's taking notes.
It's just like one of those things where I feel like role-playing like long-term romance is just difficult on some level.
Yeah,
like to
for
keep
sure.
the tension there.
For
and
sure.
Yeah, I also, it just works. And so, yeah, I think when we come back, it'll probably be to Brilith and Sinister as Brian. I wasn't Brian Reach Around. What did you choose your last name as?
Brian Popitoff.
Brian Popitoff
Uh-huh.
and Rob Danger,
Yeah.
which is giving me like Parks and Rec vibes.
Yeah.
I think that's what she was going for.
I mean, it shows.
That's also from last week, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the whole Rob Danger thing was from last week. Whenever we had the dinner with the patron, with
Okay.
Brilith's patron, Sinister felt the need to disguise himself as Rob Danger. I think that's what she was going for, was the whole Parks and Rec thing, but you'd have to ask her.
I mean, it was a good bet, and it transfers as a good bet. It will be interesting to me if they get anywhere with the bit. Because I feel like if Dan gives them a lot, then it's going to encourage this to continue to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so it could be interesting, because what if they have to have another identity on top of the identity? Or what if Rob Danger fakes his death and then has to come back as his brother, Bob Danger?
Claire,
you're thinking exactly like Zia. I love it.
Okay,
I absolutely love it.
That's the thing, is you gotta play a character who's close to your own personality, or else you're gonna be like, yeah, and that's fairly. I mean, I'm about as naive as he is. I think that fits.
I love it though.
Well, thanks.
Amazing.
I am interested to see where Liazana is, because I think there were a lot of leads that we were looking at.
I wasn't planning on being back so early.
I can totally hear you guys. Rob Danger is like Parks and Rec.
I thought you said.
Yeah, it's like Parks and Rec. But to be fair, Sinister is proficient in disguises, so it might not be that bad.
Oh yeah, definitely if you're proficient. Yeah. But for Brilith,
Brilith is so proficient.
Brilith is Janet Snakehole to a T.
So proficient, so professional.
I am gonna use the rest of the bio break, but I will be right back.
So to be honest with you, it was funny. But yeah, I think we're asking questions in the bar. It doesn't seem like the bartender knows that much stuff. So I don't know if Brilith was asking questions or not, or if they got any information. I doubt it. So I would probably say Liazana has enough, because I've been telling everybody where, if we get into trouble, to meet us at a certain bar. So I would, at the bar that we're at. So I'm assuming that you would know that as Liazana.
Yeah, okay. Well, in worst case scenario, you can always mind link it to me. Or to her.
Because I role-played a mind link to Ashavar too, so to give an idea. I also asked for other crewmates to help, and they're like, we got other things to do. So there's that part.
Did we ever figure out what happened to that one lady?
Victoria Sutcliffe?
What?
I mean,
Tiriana
Sutcliffe. Not her. The lady that came off the boat and was wearing all that regal stuff.
No.
I have not asked about that yet.
I feel like we just totally set that aside.
No, I mean,
Well, we got
know,
here and then that
was asking-
happened. Breelith was going after her patron, so I think in a way it was put aside, but
that was the one thing I forgot to ask the bartender. That's what I was trying to figure out what I forgot to ask. If I asked about the excavation site, I asked about Cherry on Sutcliffe, I asked about the ghost ship and the new Federation ship. No, I mean, no, I didn't ask about the ghost ship. I asked about the new Federation ship.
Did you find out anything about Tiriana?
That her henchmen were in the bar that we're in a couple of nights ago, being jerks.
Okay.
Flashing money, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Being intimidating, jerks.
As
Oh
they
my
do.
gosh, did you see that? When Zia came out, it was like engrossed in light. It was like she was walking through. It was like a quantum leap moment.
oh my gosh.
Oh, did I forget to mute?
No.
No.
We just saw you walk back in the room. It was like all this light engrossing you in the background. It looked like quantum leap for a minute. Like, you was walking through. Like, oh my gosh, you just stepped through.
Right now, I very barely have the Captain America kind of like, I understood that reference. But yeah, the lighting in this apartment is all over the place. There's basically nothing in the largest room, and then the bathroom has like 12 lights in it.
It's just the brightest of light.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yes, you need all the lights in the bathroom to make sure you're, I guess, using the bathroom correctly.
I mean, it's great when it's first thing in the morning, right? And you get up and you just want to be flooded and inundated with like searchlights, basically.
All the fun lights in the world.
Yeah.
I'm awake. I'm awake.
I promise. I'm awake.
No, so I wear these like 3D black, like this 3D blackout eye mask now that I got off a Kickstarter.
Oh yeah.
And it's amazing because like light floods in the window in the morning, so it's amazing because it doesn't wake me up.
Mm-hmm.
But when I do have to like wake up, and I'll just slowly crack it because I'm trying to figure out what time it is, and I'm like, light.
Too much.
Lights.
My partner also is very into sensory deprivation with sleeping, and so wears one of those over the eyes that also has headphones in it.
Oh, nice.
Which is great, but she likes to listen to podcasts while doing it.
Interesting.
Yeah, and they're usually like murder mystery podcasts or like conspiracy theory podcasts. Like, she doesn't believe in conspiracy theories, but she watches or listens to conspiracy theory analysis, like QAnon Anonymous and stuff.
Has she ever listened to Serial?
Almost certainly, yes. Like, she's really big into podcasts.
I never finished it. I'm gonna put it in the Zoom chat. I never finished it. I got really close to finishing it, and then I got a new phone and I lost it. But if she hasn't, it's about a guy that may have potentially been wrongly accused of murdering his then girlfriend. And like the whole case was full of like loopholes and or not loopholes, but like holes. What do you call it? Like when there's not like a lot of evidence, but they accused him anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was charged with murder,
which is
so
more common than you would think. But,
yeah.
Yeah.
So this lady was narrating her story of like trying to figure out what actually happened. But unfortunately, this was like 10, 15 years after the fact. So obviously the detail, like people's memories are kind of hazy at that point.
Yeah.
So, and I know like at one point she had even reached out to a charity that handles cases where inmates were wrongly accused.
Mm-hmm.
But like she talked to them at length about it, and I don't know if they picked it up if they picked up the case, only because it was.
I mean, the
I think
volume of number of wrongly
that,
imprisoned people is so high
uh-huh.
that like organizations like that usually only take cases on that they know they can win.
Exactly. Yeah, and that was the problem, was that there just wasn't a lot of evidence.
Yeah.
One way or the other. So that's what she was. It was like this whole story, and I know like there's a second season, but my former boss said that the second season wasn't as good, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But I can't make my own opinion because I've never listened to the second season.
Fair. I'll have to ask my partner if she's listened to that one.
I mean, it's interesting if she's into that stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, we've watched like Unsolved Mysteries a bunch, all of Forensic Files, although I have to say, like, Forensic Files is such propaganda that it's kind of disgusting sometimes. I mean,
propaganda.
They try to make the police look smart, but usually it doesn't work.
Oh yeah.
Like, they'll be like, oh, they found this footprint and it was this type of shoe, and then this other person, matched the shoe, and then they're like, yes, there was a footprint that was found, somebody took a picture of it, and then that picture was in a box for 10 years, but they literally like put that under, like, they'll be like, oh, and this person identified it, and the identification was so fast. They found the footprint in 2006, and they caught the guy in 2016.
Yeah. No kidding.
Like, wait a minute.
So I took in high school for my senior science class, instead of doing an AP class, I took forensics, which I learned a lot, and I wouldn't have had it any other way because I was actually kind of interested in forensics, sort of, at the time. But that's what we did. We watched, I wouldn't say it was all the time, but we watched quite a few Forensic Files episodes whenever like we had just had a test day or something, and so she would put on an episode of Forensic Files.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely like there are some really interesting subdisciplines of forensics. I think one of them that's underdeveloped is forensic computer science, because I mean, personally, I think there's a lot of white collar crime that should have a little bit more
for sure
pressure on it than a lot of the like really dumb stuff. It's just because it ends up being corporations that do it, and then obviously like they can get away with it because there's not enough money or people who have the expertise to do like forensic audits or anything. So until they defraud like the IRS or something, they never really get caught.
The entire Enron scandal,
I mean, is one of how many?
Yeah, exactly.
that we don't know about. I mean, I know there's probably hundreds of under the table deals going on any given day. But
absolutely,
there was like this one paper that came out 5 or 6 years ago, because like RSA encryption algorithms. So they're used to encrypt data, and when they encrypt data onto the disk makes noise. And these people found that the noise is infrasound, which is not usually a normal frequency that's utilized by anything other than like earthquakes. Like there are some studies to suggest that infrasound might have effect on like your ears or something, but what they found was that even if you were in a busy coffee shop, if you were within like 50 feet of that person's like laptop, and you were running a program on your laptop that was listening to the sound, that you would be able to unencrypt everything that was written to the disk.
Wow.
And the thing is you only have to be like 90% accurate for it to be enough to typically break something. And so it was kind of like really like interesting from like an espionage type standpoint of like, but because nobody really thinks about, I don't know if there's an XKCD where this person's like, I've written the most unbreakable algorithm in the world, like no one will ever be able to break this, and then he gets kidnapped And he's like, well, tell us the code at gunpoint. And he's like, okay, I'll tell you. It was supposed to be unbreakable. And then, yeah. So that's kind of what always ends up happening. But I will say Heist on Netflix. I did start that one recently, and it's about a bank robbery. Well, a robbery of an armored car. No deaths were involved. Like, no one.
It looked interesting.
injured.
Is it good?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that you could probably watch without. I mean, there's definitely sex and drugs, but nobody gets murdered. And I know for some people that can kind of be triggering. And so, well, okay, nobody gets murdered in the timeline of the heist. But it's the woman who was the accomplice who does like a lot of the narrating as an interview person, and it is fascinating. Like, there's like all this sex magic involved. This person was kind of like a career criminal, but also like a very like a womanizer, but like very respectful about it. I don't know how to explain it. The woman who narrates it is just phenomenal, but it definitely has like a really good vibe to it. Like between that one and the one that came out a couple of years ago about that guy in Florida whose business went under, and then he tried to find like a secret stash of cocaine that was buried out in the Caribbean.
Secret cocaine.
Yeah, I think it's called Cocaine Island.
Yeah.
Cocaine Island.
But the fun, I mean, he was caught immediately.
Okay.
And I will say he almost certainly got off because he was white, but
yeah,
it did go to the Supreme Court. Which was
it definitely plays a factor for sure.
Yeah.
Was he rich too?
No. Well, was before the 2009 financial collapse. And then his construction business went under. He lost everything. His wife divorced him, and he ended up with 2 kids in a trailer park.
Wow.
And then
That's a sharp turn.
yeah, they had a fire around one of the like oil barrels that they would go to and drink. He had become an alcoholic by this point. And one of the people was like, oh yeah, have you ever heard the story of Cocaine Island? And like apparently it was like an urban legend, but it was real, it was true. And like, I mean, it's told so well in the documentary.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that too.
Yeah.
I like shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, true crime doesn't always have to be like super duper triggering. And I always love the ones where people steal from corporations. Those are my favorites.
Yeah.
I remember I was watching that one about the Mormons.
Oh.
And they had the bombs.
Yeah.
The guy forged a book for the Mormons.
Oh yeah.
That one was insane.
That was crazy. That one was crazy. That one just was like, what is going on here? With so many twists. Y'all hear they're gonna make a Tiger King too?
Oh
yes.
No.
Oh no.
No.
Yes, I did hear that.
Is it gonna be about the crazy cult guy, the other person?
Well, I mean, we don't know. We just know that Tiger King 2 has been announced for Netflix. So I don't know if it takes off like the other suspect people in the damn story. There was like 50 of them.
Yeah.
There's like everybody was not good in that story.
Yeah.
So
okay, there was one good person. It was that trans man who had lost.
Oh yeah.
I think an arm.
Oh yes, the arm.
Yeah.
Steph or Sam or something like that.
Yeah, he had a heart of gold.
Was that the one that witnessed the murder? Or witnessed
No, that's the one that got
suicide?
Her arm, got his arm bit off.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I think they misgendered him in the original because I don't know if he wasn't out at that point or was using multiple pronoun sets.
I don't think it was out at that point, but it came out since as wanting he, him pronouns.
Yeah, so But yeah.
But yeah, that was just a wild ride. Like, how many people in that whole organization had missing limbs?
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like most of the people who were involved were either had been imprisoned at some point in their lives, or were I hate this term, but like undocumented and just needed
addicts.
work. Yeah, and people who were
addicts.
vulnerable and like didn't have many places to turn.
There's definitely that going on.
Yeah.
'Cause
which like blows in a lot of ways. Like I don't want to like.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, Tiger King 2, y'all. The promise. Maybe
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it too. Maybe it's gonna talk about how he thought he was gonna get pardoned by Trump. Had the stretch.
Oh my god.
No, we're not letting you out. I don't think it's a good idea. He needs to stay in jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he should do his full term.
At some point, I was like, somebody called him like a gay rights icon at one point, and I was like, yeah, as much as like Kanye voting for Trump was definitely like a step forward for like black rights, like not exactly what I would like to call representative.
No, not at all. He was not a good man at all.
There was that guy though, his friend who ran that like cult in Florida.
Oh yeah.
No, it's in he lives in South Carolina.
Because I thought since that time he had gotten arrested.
Well, they didn't go too far into that. Maybe that's gonna be in the second one.
Yeah. Because apparently he ran like a sex cult.
Yeah, he did have a sex cult.
Oh shit! It's coming on November 17th.
November the 17th. Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, that's
day before my daughter's birthday. Doc Ansel was his name, and he was here in South Carolina.
He is a bad person.
Yes, very much so. Nobody in there was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Myrtle Beach.
Oh, of course he is. Of course he's in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, he's in Myrtle Beach.
God. I grew up in Ohio, and Myrtle Beach was like everybody from Ohio went to Myrtle Beach for spring break.
It's the same in West Virginia. Everyone goes for summer vacations, like family vacations.
I used to come down here for the summers, and now I'm living here for now. But
in Myrtle Beach?
No, I don't live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, though. I live I live Hilton Head area, which is not.
Oh, okay. That's also kind of popular.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It is nice. But like, yeah, you say Myrtle Beach explains the whole story right there. Like,
yeah.
That just gives you the whole picture. And like, he was making them get like body, like, get implants and things like that.
Yeah.
No, man. Yeah. I mean, it was almost like a, what was his name? Like it was a Manson type cult.
It was like a cult. Yeah.
Or it was very much about like driving down personal autonomy.
Oh, are you talking about the XX? What's that thing called?
Are you talking about like that was doing branding and stuff? I don't remember that one.
Oh no!
Okay.
Nexium, was that Nexium? No, it wasn't Nexium. What were they called?
It was
the Vow.
Like
oh no,
it was on the Vow.
No. But I know what you're talking about. God, if you go to Wikipedia and type in sex cult, I'm sure it's like in the top 5.
We have NXIVM.
Yeah.
That one.
Yes.
That one.
Yes.
That one.
That's Nexium.
Yeah.
It's pronounced as a U. I don't know why. That one is crazy.
Yeah.
but I wish I could tell you that it's like weird, because there was another one that was almost exactly like it, that one of the actresses from Battlestar Galactica, I think, was in at one point. Or was that Nexium? No, I don't think it was.
There's so many.
There's so many. It's like, don't people have better things to do with their time than form a sex cult? Like, come on.
You would think.
You would think it would be like, no, that's weird. Nah.
Oh no, wait, it was Nexium. It was Nikki Klein from Battlestar Galactica who was involved in Nexium, and according to individuals, that she was the one who carried out the brandings on her personal estate. But I think that is, as of yet, unconfirmed.
There was also that girl from
Allison Mack.
Smallville.
Yeah.
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 She's probably better known. I don't know why I thought of Battlestar Galactica first.
Because it was a good show. I like
fair. Smallville was a good show too. Remember when Smallville was like mainstream?
Yeah.
I freaking adored Smallville.
Yeah. That's good 90s TV. 90s, early 2000s. They had that Mac in there. That remember those Macs with the colored.
Oh yeah. They had like
That
the
was
handle
prevalent.
that you could like.
Yes, lift up like a.
Yeah. You were like, wow, look, this is portable.
Right. Ooh, I got the orange one. I got the blue one. Got the pink one. It didn't last very long now, did it? Yes. That just shows us how long this pandemic has been, that at the height of it, we was all about Tiger King 1, that it's coming full circle. And we're still in it with Tiger King 2.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, I guess I didn't think about how those were panned out in terms of like time frame.
Yeah, because for the first, it was during when we called ourselves quarantine. Well, some states didn't, other states did. The state did for a little bit, for about a couple of weeks. We were quarantined, and that's all we had was that daggone Netflix and Tiger King.
Oh, Animal Crossing was there too, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. My daughter played the crap out of Animal Crossing. That's very true.
I mean, of all the video games in the world, that's probably one of the quote unquote, well, I guess that's a pretty addictive one, because it kind of requires you play like a certain amount each day.
Right, and it's been around for a while too. I don't,
Oh, but yeah, the new one on Nintendo Switch was released literally like the week of the start of quarantines. It was definitely dropped at that point early. I don't think it was finished at that point. Right. I think they literally dropped it early because
they had to keep the kids, kids and not so kids occupied. I
mean, it's a happy thought that they were thinking about the children, but probably what they were thinking about was the money.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's Nintendo after all. It's like they could have had Bluetooth capabilities for the headphones, and there was like, they come out with the update. They literally could have turned that on at any time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they were trying to figure out ways to monopolize it, but they was like, all right. We're just gonna go ahead and do it. Corporations acting like corporations being.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like I recently, in terms of like video games, I've never played any Elder Scrolls games before, and I finally started Skyrim because my partner loves it. And of course, I spent like 2 weeks downloading hundreds of mods before I had ever touched the game.
Wow.
So at this point, I have no idea what is a mod and what was in base game. which is always
It's
fun.
all the same.
It's all the same.
That, I mean, I was playing Elder Scrolls back in the day, and it was, you know, and I do like Skyrim, so I'm hoping they'll do something else.
Like Daggerfall, Hammerfall, Oblivion.
Yeah, Oblivion was the one that I really liked.
Yeah.
Play the crap out of Oblivion.
I have to say I like to watch a couple creators who replayed Oblivion, and the character models, the memes about them are just absolutely hilarious.
But that was cutting edge back then. That was
Oh yeah. I mean, people are gonna make fun of the same stuff, obviously, in the future from now.
Oblivion ate up a lot of my days. It did. It ate up a lot.
It's really easy to get sucked into them for sure.
It was
Like you look at the clock and you look back and it's been like 2.5 hours. You're like, I've only done one quest.
I feel the same about Dragon
Beautiful
Age
people.
Inquisition.
Let me take off her BRB screen. Thanks, everyone. I'm really sorry.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
We had a good conversation.
Oh, good. Well, if I can count on any any group of people to have an interesting, fun conversation, it's definitely y'all.
Well, I mean, it was just starting to veer into Dragon Age, so you can leave.
Yeah, nice, nice.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We love you.
Awesome. Whew. Oh, wait. Let me switch over to our 5-player. Oh, we got Trisha. So glad you could join, Trisha. It's exciting.
Yay. Not a problem.
All right. Well, right. Cats were peeing on tables. That's where we were. Our
That's not
segue.
good.
Yeah. Nope. All right. We have. Actually, Lisa, let me plug you in to see where you might want to be. So, Zia. Well, Zia and Vic are. Zia is in bed for the night.
Yeah, she is.
Wink, wink.
And Vic is in his sleeping bag.
Darn.
Ashavar is in the city. She went to an orphanage to visit some kiddos she used to care for. Sinister and Breelith and Boots are at the Lazy Susan, kind of trying to pick up information about all the things going on. The woman on the ship that with the 40 to 48, guards or whatever, disembarked last week. The Tiriana von Sutcliffe, the Wanderer's Plea, that excavation site, the burned down inn, just really putting the feelers out there. Is there? So you've been on the ship. You excused yourself just after dinner, or I had you do so. Would you like to meet up with anyone or have something of your own that you'd like to do separate from that?
I think. I drew a blank. Who was the one that asked about Tiriana at the bar?
So far, Sinister. Currently, Rob Danger though.
Right. At the Lazy Susan, right? Well, I guess she wouldn't know where anybody is. I'm assuming.
I would have let you know that we were leaving the ship, and that if we get into trouble or if anyone gets into trouble, to meet up there, so you would know that'd be our meeting spot.
Right. Okay. She's probably gonna send out like a open mind link, just to check in with everybody, see where everyone's at, and if you feel like Sinister is gonna fill her in, then she'll probably try to meet up with you.
He would tell, he probably, if you asked him, he would let you know what he's found out, which is not very much.
Right. Are you still at the Lazy Susan?
Yeah, as of right now, it's me, Breelith, and Boots.
Right. Okay. She's going to let you know that she's going to meet up with y'all, and then head out.
In that case, I'll let Liazana, if you're heading off the ship, I'll just have you walk down through the city. It rained recently. There's a sheen of wetness across the cobblestone streets. Daylight white flames ever burn in their street lanterns as you navigate town. There's a few people walking the streets, not too many, but the Lazy Susan is pretty full. It's a moderately clean and well-staffed establishment. When you walk, actually make a perception check as you're heading there, right? And when walking in.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you step inside, I'll have you do perception.
That is a total of 14.
Okay, that's plenty for this. So, oops, you see, Boots is pretty, stands out a fair bit. And he's way off in the back, sitting at a bar, maybe down the right-hand side of a U-shaped bar, center back of this building. He's along the right side, about halfway, chatting and talking with a number of people and making them laugh. Sinister up at the front of the bar, also seemingly ending a conversation with the bartender. And then you see Breelith, aka what was it? Not Brian.
Brian.
What was
Brian
it?
Brian.
Pop it off. That's it.
Pop it off.
Like with a bit of a scowl almost on her face, kind of grumping about.
And a scar.
And a scar.
Oh my gosh, she's got a new
and a mustache.
And a mustache.
A mustache. And it's just like maybe like
with a cat
to your left.
So Liaison is gonna kind of like, if you are paying attention, she's gonna kind of like raise an eyebrow, like she's a little confused, and she's gonna go up to the barkeep and she's gonna say, "Can I please have a glass of your finest ale?"
Certainly. Elven gentleman, mid-40s, so leathery skin and everything. Great. Certainly, and pours that up and sets the cup down, but doesn't push it over yet. He's waiting for the coin. It's 5 silver.
Yes, of course. And she's actually gonna give him 10 and say, "Keep the change."
Thank you. Slides it over.
And she'll grab the glass and head over to be with Breelitz and Sinister and Boots.
They're in a bit sort of different sections.
Different spots.
Sinister.
That's right. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Sinister.
My brain's muddy right now.
You're fine. It's the wine. I'm just kidding.
Your closest is Sinister. Right.
She's going to head. She's going to catch up with Sinister.
Okay. A couple stools down to the side, you see Sinister.
You notice I'm drinking tea.
Okay.
So.
She's gonna kind of take a sip of her ale and kind of like look at you over the glass and be like, "Hey."
Hi. Well, actually, he's just gonna be he'll just kind of look up from his tea. I mean, he's gonna be kind of absentmindedly looking at the liquid in the cup, kind of he's in his thoughts right now. So. And he just kind of, when you come up to him, he just kind of gives you a nod, like, just looks at you like,
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you? Can I help you?
Perhaps. And she's gonna slowly like sit in one of the stools.
And he just reaches over the table. Hi, I'm Rob Danger.
Hi, Liazana.
Pleased to meet you. He's gonna send in a mind link to her, like, what are you doing here?
She's going to say out loud, well, I just felt like I needed to kind of walk around, see the sights, and decided to stop in here. And she's going to mind link right after that. What are you doing over here?
Well, considering that I'm a stranger in a strange land and I'm trying to get information that could possibly lead to me going back to my plane of existence, I'm trying to get answers to the question proactively, seeing how I'm the only one trying to get back home. But I'm coming up empty, and he just goes and relays all the stuff that he's asked. He will say that he got around to asking about the Federation ship, but he did not ask about the Ghost ship. And he also and that this alcoholic tea is really good. And he says, as far as he's going to relay all the information that he's learned so far, and then he's just going to kind of shut the link down on his side and just go back to drinking his tea and being in deep thought.
Okay. She's going to kind of, take another sip of her ale as she's thinking.
Okay.
And she's going to say, well, nice to meet you. Hope you enjoy that nice drink. It looks quite interesting. I'm gonna go sit at a table, but you have a nice night.
And then as she walks away and her back is turned and she's walking away from me, I'm gonna open the link up. Do me a favor and consider letting me have the medallion of thoughts. We'll talk about it later. And then he shuts it down.
Yeah, she's not gonna respond to that. And then she'll walk over to where Breelith is sitting. And noticing the disguise, she's going to ask, may I sit here?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. And who might you be?
Brian, pop it off. And it gives you a wink.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Pop it off?
Yes. Mr. Yes, and this is my cat here.
You don't see the cat anywhere.
Cat. Oh shit.
Make a perception check, please.
That is a 14.
Yeah, you don't see anywhere.
Brian will immediately stand up.
Are you missing your cat?
Breelith will get really close to Liazana. It's Carmine. He's gone. The cat. He was turned into a cat, and he's gone. Carmine.
Can I do a perception check to see if I find Carmine?
Mm-hmm.
Rayla's gonna go around and start looking under tables.
I'm gonna say that's a no. That's an 8.
Actually, it's much easier for you.
Okay.
Because Carmine is not currently a cat, but a soft little mouse that's sitting atop Brila's hair. She can't feel them up there. But clung on to the top of Brila's hair is a little mouse.
Brila's gonna kind of like, well, Brila stood up, right?
Yes, Brila's looking around like tables now.
I mean, you might not know it's Carmine. There's just a mouse on her head.
Brilis, or I'm sorry, she doesn't say that.
Okay.
Oh!
Brila's will, like turn around and like be like,
Mr. Popadoff.
yes, walk back over to you.
There's a mouse on your head.
That's I feel it.
You feel it, yep.
It's
Brila's gonna take it off of her head and like hold it in her hands.
It's
in front of her.
I'm confused. Is this a cat and mouse game?
Now, mouse, you okay. Well, put it back on her head.
Never. Sorry.
Yes, sorry. My mouse I thought was a cat, but apparently I don't know what a cat looks like.
Gotcha.
What are
that's
you
okay.
doing here in this bar, young lady, woman?
Yes. I decided to come down from my ship and enjoy a nice glass of ale.
It's really good. I just gotta. You should try it.
It's very good, believe me.
Yeah. Please sit down here while I talk to all these other people and ask them questions.
Sure.
Yeah?
Don't mind me.
Sounds like fun. Great. Wonderful.
Yeah, and she'll pull up a seat.
Ruth will just start like talking to the people around her. Dan.
Okay. I'm gonna put something in Zoom real quick. Okay, sorry that took so long. Oop, there we go. All right, so you're just gonna talk to some of the randos? There's several at the table you're sitting at.
Is there anyone that really stands out kind of around Liazana?
It's just a lot of people. They all look fairly different, but no one that's like, that person's definitely a baddie, like with a curly mustache or anything like that, you know. They
Gotcha. Liazana is probably going to kind of polish off her ale and set it down on the table and stand up, and she'll say, well, Mr. Popatov.
Yes.
You have a lovely night. I think I'm going to walk around the city a bit, kind of take the long road back to my ship.
Braylith will stand up. Do you need accompaniment around the city?
Only if you would like. I won't keep you from your conversations.
Let me just let my compadres know. And we'll go over to Rob Danger.
Written on Brian's hand.
Rob, I think I'm going to head out for a bit. Is that okay?
That's fine,
You'd
friend.
be doing great yourself. Yourself. Wonderful. Nice to meet you, fellas. Really like your hair. Really, your hair. Really, bro. Really, bro.
Yeah.
Keep doing bro things. I'm gonna.
Bro do things, doing guy things.
I'm
Doing
gonna
it up.
hang low, and we'll head out with Liasana.
We can find a better way to say goodbye than that.
Do you
Until
have
next
your
time.
do you have your mouse?
Yeah, the mouse is on top of her head, right? Dan, is the mouse still on top of her head?
Give a feel.
She'll give a feel.
No mouse.
God damn it. Wait, do I see a cat or a mouse anywhere or any kind of animal, Dan?
Make a perception check.
That's a 16.
I'm telling you, it's for rebellious teen years. 16? Yeah. Flying around the rafters is a bird. Closer and closer over to the front door.
Oh, okay. Tweet. Then points to the door and
Boots is just
it
by
starts-
the bar, like
starts walking over to the door to walk out.
Did your
Sinister
pet-
is just desperately looking at his cup, trying to ignore what's going on.
Tweet.
bird lands on your
Tweet,
shoulder.
tweet. Oh, okay. Thank you. And we'll head out.
Okay.
She doesn't really have like an aim per se, but she wants to kind of just walk around a little bit. Kind of, I guess, trying to find anything that looks kind of suspicious, but you want to call it like the scenic route back to the ship, because she wants to see if anything kind of like sticks out.
Okay.
Like maybe she might be looking for any sort of a like hidden order symbol, but she's not expecting to find it. Or anything that kind of seems out of place. Anything involving Von Sutcliffe or the
Okay.
order.
All right. I will say that, because you've been looking in here before leaving as well for anything suspicious. There's not suspicious per se, but there's definitely some local here that very much does fit your impression of like a pirate, like a story pirate, right? Not like an actual on the high seas pirate, but he has the patchy bushy beard, and an eye patch and the whole 9 yards. And he's very boisterous and telling tall tales to anyone that'll listen, and drinking heavily. In case that makes a difference to you. It's just something to answer your question earlier.
She'll turn to Brayleth and ask, would you like to, kind of listen to this guy? I'm a little interested.
Absolutely. I'm here to hang out with you.
So she'll walk over to listen to this guy's stories.
Okay, I don't think I have my eye patch yet.
Aw.
Yeah. I found so many fun things recently, and there's a dollar store in town now, and I love the dollar store. Okay, anyway. Right, so you talk to him? Sorry, I already lost track.
Yes, yeah. Going to talk to him to kind of listen to his stories.
Pull up a seat. Lawson.
Certainly.
And sir.
Brayleth will try to take off the mustache.
He's just gonna be astonished, like
And just throw it out, just throw it to the side.
That's. Are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine.
All right. I think you need a drink.
Sure, let's
push
go.
one of his. He's got several beer steins in front of him. Push one over.
She'll take one and just take a big chug.
Oh! I hope it doesn't burn. What brings you two over to my humble booth? Have you come to hear a tale?
Certainly.
Well, one drink for one tale. You fill up this pitcher. I'll tell you.
Rayla takes another drink. Huge.
Nice.
Liazana will take a swig after her.
And he seems to have some sort of like open tab system with the owner. Well, I was just about to tell the tale of the widow that haunts the back alleys of the merchant. I do love my ghost stories.
Oh.
Are you up for that? Or do you have something different in mind?
This sounds interesting, actually. I'd love to hear it.
Rayla will scooch closer to Liazana.
You do recall as well that there's a gentleman that was telling stories about the ghost ship in this tavern. In case that makes a difference, because this guy looks pretty drunk, and you don't know how much longer he's going to be conscious and telling stories.
Do you know anything about the ghost ship?
Oh, the ghost ship. I certainly do. Have you encountered it yourself?
No, but we want to.
That's because, no, I mean, it's a scary thing.
I know.
You might not come back alive if you dragged away to the 7 hells. 9 hells, however many there are here. Oh, right, but I'll tell you the story, if nothing else, at least as a cautionary tale.
I've already died once. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Good looks at your mustache. Is that why your mustache falls off?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. Well. This is a story about the bonds of friendship and just how deep betrayal can go. Takes the picture and tops your
Scoot
drink
a little
off
closer
and
to
has-
Liazana.
Sometime a very long time ago, this ship that now roams the skies in its ghostly form, it once belonged to the very first proper sky pirate, old Captain Blythe and the Atmos. Rumor has it he and Liza Stillwell, founder of the United Aviation Federation, were old childhood chums back in their youth. Did everything together. Didn't have no parents to raise them right, so they looked after each other, as the story goes. Day after day, night after night, looked out for one another on the streets, got bread in their stomachs, clothes on their backs. Well, at least till the good Captain Liza Stillwell betrayed him. Had his whole crew, his whole ship surrounded, gathered up all the crew, tied him off to the rails, she did. Burned the whole bloody thing. People and all. Had a opportunity for power, she did. So did Captain Blythe. They took different routes to that power. They couldn't both have it. Old Captain Stillwell. Well, she watched that burning ship and the crew sink down into the Omega Sea, she did. Captain Blythe came back years later, though, commanding the Atmos and his ghostly crew. been searching the skies for Liza ever since, than anyone else that has any betrayal in their hearts. So let it be a lesson. Keep your friends close. Don't treat them wrong. Don't betray them to others. Which kind of stings a little bit for you, Beth, as you recently had your convo with the shared. Or old Captain Blythe come out of the clouds one with a thick mist and take your whole crew by their souls, drag them down with the other damned. Pounds his drink a couple times and swigs it
Has
back.
that ever happened? Like, really, has a ship ever went missing because Blythe came down from the sky and killed them all?
Sometimes there's an errant ship that runs by, no one aboard, simply putting along on its last course back to Atmos.
Blythe will hook Leah's on his arm.
Signs that everyone just up and taken. Sometimes they come back bodies intact. Dead as a doornail, but intact. Souls pulled right out of the way. Pounds his blood a couple times again. And
Blythe will take another very large drink.
Liaison will grab the drink after you.
Oh, I'm gonna head to the little boy's room.
That was really good. I mean, it was good. You're a good storyteller.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the tale. Take it to heart.
Okay.
We will. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Gets up and walks out. He as he stands up, in his kind of slouched over form with these kind of like heavily padded clothing. He stands up and it lays a bit more of a not fit, but not as slouched and kind of heavy set form as it first appeared. Again, you can see the patchiness in his beard. It's a big bushy beard, but there's areas that are just, there are patches there. And he, kind of glances back, and as he does the light fill, he stands up near one of the chandeliers, and they just kind of fill his face with light. And you see a very, rugged face that's seen some damage over the years. But he has these incredibly crisp emerald green eyes that you just haven't seen on a human being before. They're just this perfectly crisp green. Nods and heads off to the bathroom.
Did you see his eyes? They're very pretty.
Those are very interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
Should we go get him in the bathroom and ask him how he got his eyes?
No, I think we need to oh goodness.
What should we do?
We can probably keep walking and head back to the ship. I think we probably should try to share the story, or at least pass it along to figure out what everyone else's take on it is.
Okay.
Since we were trying to figure that out. So we'll keep walking around, and of course she's still going to keep her eye out for
Rayla's going to get out her journal and write on a piece of paper, "You have really pretty eyes," and sign it "Breelith" with a heart and put it on the other side of the bar.
Nice.
For when he comes back.
Oh,
okay. Very good. All right, and the two of you do that. I'm sorry, go ahead, Liaison.
no, I was reading the same chat.
Sorry. That's awesome. The two of you head back. Can each of you just make a quick perception check, Breelith and Liazana, just to see what you see on the way back?
15.
Hey, natural 20.
Nice.
24.
Let's see. I'm going to come back to you then and see what you see based on what else is going on here. So, Breelith, everything just checks out for you, and Liazana, I'll get you as you're heading back. Let me check in Sinister. Are you doing anything else here?
I'm gonna message Ashvar to see how she let me know she was leaving, but she didn't really tell me what she was doing. But I'm as Sinister, he's probably thinking she's telling fortunes somewhere, because he knows she's full of she's gaming. So I that's what he would do. He would ask her that. And then he would probably ask Boots if he got any information from the people in the bar. And then he would check in with Charles and Charlie.
Okay. Ashvar, what do you how do you respond?
Sinister would get a very clipped on the way back to the ship response. And that's about it.
Okay.
And then he just looks in his cups like, yeah, of course. That's right. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, Charles is still looking. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was, the Boots, to see if he got any new information.
Okay. Yeah, Charles is still on the search. He's been going to a couple taverns around the city. He's just gonna spend the night doing that. Boots, because he's still engaging with some people at the bar, says that he has a couple, potential things. He'll let you know. He'll return to the ship when he's done and let you know how it pans out. But he might have something.
And then he's just gonna sigh and I'll have another drink.
Nice.
This time something really strong. And then he's just gonna he'll look and start he'll turn to bartender, you mind any music? I just want to play.
You're asking them if they have place?
Yeah, because he carries his stuff with him all the time.
Oh, nice. Well, right. I suppose that it wouldn't be too bad if you wanted to play something. I can't rightly. I can get a few drinks for you.
That's not even necessary. I just want to.
Oh. We'd love to hear it then, please. You can move that table over there if you wish a bit. It should be a good place to be seen.
He actually, instead of calling Kevin or using Mage Hand, he actually just pushes the stuff over.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Rob Danger.
Yeah, he's Rob Danger. Nice. He just pushes the stuff and he's just like, in his mind, he's thinking, I might as well just. This is home now. This is the world.
Yeah.
And he's just
some somber tunes.
Play music.
Okay.
And it in the hopes of making himself feel better, because at this point, and he feels like, what he has to accomplish is not on anyone's priority list. And when he tries to enlist help, that he's just like, all right, I'm just gonna. This is the universe telling me I'm never getting home. And that's the song he starts to play.
That's amazing. I love that Sinister is hitting their low. Yeah. Also because they know it's ahead. So very exciting. Okay, in that case, Ashvar, since you were doing that and heading back to the ship, I'm gonna say that Liazana with your 24. You noticed at one point ahead of you somewhat, there's, a lot of people are sort of walking in their own directions, but there's a person that kind of ends up coming out in the street that you're walking on and then kind of ducking down a different one. then a little bit later, they're back on this street and kind of headed the other way. It's like they're going around and about each time you get a little closer because they're going around and you're making kind of a straight line back to the ship. It's just looks to be a human gentleman, maybe in the late 30s, early 40s, bowler hat, big bushy handlebar mustache. Seems to be walking a little. The gait relays some intoxication, maybe. Um, mhm.
Does it appear like he's following us, or just that he's basically making a circle around us?
So he's ahead of you, as though he's going towards the ship. He doesn't notice you because you're all like a good bit behind him, but it stands out because instead of just walking a line, he kind of ducks down one way and then kind of comes back and walks straight for a bit and then another way and then across to the other side. So every time he goes sideways, you kind of catch up a little bit. You're almost to the point where you'll pass him if you continue walking forward.
She's gonna kind of like in a lower voice to Bria. Do you see that guy? Have you noticed him?
With her saying that, do I see him, Dan?
When she points him out. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
He's been...
I mean, I noticed him now that you pointed him out to me, but
he's been like, he's kind of going the same direction, but he keeps stuck in like down side streets and then coming back out.
He's following.
I mean, I guess we could, but like, we're kind of going in the same direction. He just keeps like going off somewhere and then coming back. I don't know if he's noticed us yet.
I should step up, like hurry up a bit, and then accidentally bump into him and be like, "Whoa, where are you going? Can I walk you anywhere? You seem like, great weather we're having."
I don't know.
Okay.
Let's kind of trail him a little bit.
Okay.
Because he looks kind of strange.
Okay. He's super selfie. I should have kept my mustache.
I'll get you a new one later.
Thank you.
So we'll kind of trail that guy. Kind of try to figure out where he's going.
So you follow for a little bit, keeping a careful eye. And another 3 blocks or so go by, and you see he's sort of walking just almost. I mean, there aren't sidewalks, right? Because the whole street is for walking for the most part. There's some carriages and other stuff that get drawn, but he's walking off to along the side as where the sidewalk would be. And there's some people he kind of passes through and kind of stumbles around. There's a woman that's standing out underneath a street lamp, like she's trying to read a parchment or something underneath it with a light. And she kind of moves to readjust herself under the light. And as she does, she inadvertently steps out in front of this bowler hat guy. And he kind of crashes into her, and she stumbles back fairly gracefully, but catches herself and kind of bows her head to him like an apology for not seeing him. But he stops and starts harassing her. Starts raising his voice, gesturing his arms around, getting closer and closer up in her personal space. He's holding her.
Liazana's gonna like run up and be like, she's gonna run up to kind of like separate them.
Ooh, okay. As you're running up, then he reaches out to like grab her collar, and she reaches over his hand and pulls his arm into this terrible pain submission technique and pulls him down and puts his face against the cobblestone and bends his arm back and just looks down at him. And as the two of you are sort of almost there, rushing up, she goes to say something to them and kind of looks up at the two of you. Can the two of you make a quick perception check for me?
Good perception? Nope. It's only a 10.
Total of 18.
Okay.
I would have lucky.
Oh, no problem.
That's a 6.
Oh no.
So lucky.
I'm lucky.
Well, so really you just see a woman that took care of business when this guy tried to
Yeah.
be grabby.
Yeah.
And Liazana, you see this woman's just dressed in very sort of comfortable grayish black clothing, a comfortable cloak and leggings, of the time, not they're not TikTok leggings.
Yoga
they're
pants?
Yeah.
Yoga pants.
And hair just sort of done back in a twisted bun. But it's a face that you wouldn't forget. This face. The face of the woman on the ship docked across from you. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh. Okay. She's so pretty.
Yay!
I was wondering where she went. Oh my god, just asking that. Where did she go?
She's gone.
Where did you come from? Where did you go?
There you go. All right. What jeggings? That's so funny. But yeah, she's in completely chill attire. Yeah, doing her thing. Did not.
But her ship left, right?
Mm-mm.
No. Was I thinking of something else?
Yeah, it must have been something else. Like she disembarked it, went into the town, into the city. With
Again, I'm sorry. Muddy brain.
She went out into the city, and then her guards came back, but she did not.
Muddy brain. I heard disembarked, and my brain flipped that to saying that her ship had left.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Sorry.
No worries.
Only halfway here, I guess.
Oh, you're fine. It's so good to have you. Exciting. All right. Well, for anyone that's new here tonight, thank you for joining us. Here's our schedule. We have a ton of D&D in this 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern time slot, except none on Thursday night, but twice on Saturday, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern, just before us. We have another stream. The other morning stuff we're still sorting out, so don't pay any attention to that. We love your support, whether it's retweeting tweets or just being here and hanging out with us. If you're looking to support us in a monetary way, we love Twitch support. We do like to mention Patreon, though, because even at that same $5 tier, we can give a little more to you. You still get the subscriber die and everything, and a little more goes to us. But, we just love any way that you are here in support of us. Thank you, players. Amazing night. So exciting.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Oh yeah, my pleasure. I think things are gonna pick up. We've got some stuff, some big stuff here in this city. We got some big Sinister stuff, some big this person stuff. Tiriana. I can't wait. It's gonna be exciting. Yay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and raid our friends over at Blackwater D&D, so please give a call Madbird raid over there in support. You've been watching An Extremis, our Saturday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern D&D campaigns with our amazing Sky Pirates here.
Yes.
If you liked us, please give us a follow here so you can catch more of our stuff. Otherwise, tune in next week to find out, who this woman is and what she's up to here. Take care, everyone. Have a lovely night. Bye.
Bye.